Hello, Stylish here. In this video, I will show you how you can play Nimble online today, how to set up a map and get to play in just minutes and have a tabletop that supports the system. First, I need to mention this video is not sponsored by anyone. I simply share good stuff I found online and I just got inspired by this Nimble system. About the Nimble, it's a tabletop role-playing game. Some time ago started as a mod to simplify D&D, I think. But nowadays it has become its own standalone system. It has its own, book, which is much shorter than D&D. And it's full of really cool mechanics. I'm absolutely fascinated by now. So if you want to learn more, go to Nimble-RPG.com and do watch some of the YouTube videos that Evan makes. They're awesome. To set up this game, I will use Oracletabletop.com. I have created it during COVID. It's free, has no content paywalls like you can often encounter in other tabletops. You can add any homebrew that you would like. It's just, just go there and play. So I will use my test account. And let's make a short story. So let's say Nimble story. And we're gonna use Nimble engine. There we go. And let's upload a map. I have some already, but I want to upload a new one. I'm gonna go there. Let's pick something cool. Maybe the docks. All right. And there's the map ready to be used. I can drag drop a token in there to see how that works. Let's try this. Okay, looks like the scale is a little bit off, so I can just click anywhere on the map and press Alt, minus or plus to start scaling the map. Okay, so now since this map has a nice grid pre-applied already, so it should be fine. So now we have this scaled, and as you can see, I can drop any token, just take a picture with transparent background, and I can just drag drop onto the map. This creates a token immediately, and it's a token for Nimble. If I right click on this token, and I can decide, hey, this should be a character or an NPC or maybe an item. Let's say this will be an NPC and this one will be a character. So I can double click, and since I chose this to be a character, for time's sake, the Oracle came up with some name for this guy and some stats, just to, if it happens during a gaming session, you can just drag drop more tokens and they will quickly have something you can work off. All right, and as you can see, the NPCs have slightly smaller character sheets, but you can still, it's actually part of the design with a Nimble. The NPC and monster stats are very short, and here I had to make it a little bit more elaborate in order to have the system work as expected. So I'll show you all about it. So now that I have a character, I can kind of open this in a new tab, edit everything here. So I can modify this one, should have 2 because I spent, some XP or something. You can change the stats, you can change the health. So let's start with the full health. and maybe, you know, one would be like punching attack, but then he can also have like I don't know, clubbing attack, which will have more damage, something. You can also put like, you know, he has like a hat, but he's not wearing it in the inventory, whatever. Anyway, there's also like the randomizer. You can just go and keep clicking it to get some new names until you get something that you like. You can just randomize, you know, the attributes, or have some random description to get started. Whatever. Let's put 2 in strength, maybe 1 in intelligence. Okay. Right, and it kind of works the same with the NPCs. You can also open the card and add more attacks if you want to. So I'm gonna update those sheets. Double clicking on a token opens a character sheet as soon as it's, you know, a token. So if I put like an item there, right, and I'm gonna choose, this is actually a pickable item, not an NPC. So I get to describe the crossbow, wherever that is, you know, change the name, probably 2d4, probably plus dex, something like that, right? So this gets saved in that item, and I can say like maybe it has like 6 bolts to use. So you get like 2 different colors, and you can decide like which one to use. Let's say we use the violet ones for ammo. So violet is ammo, just to keep that in mind. And let's put something else in. Maybe we'll put like hey, throwing axe, because why not? Okay, that will also be a pickable item. And let's say this one does, I don't know, 1d6 plus dex or something. All right, those weapons are ready. They're on the map. I can just, you know, if I want to rotate them, I can press R while holding the token, and just, you know, R or E, and it just rotates them. And I can put them wherever. Let's say this one will be here on the boat, and this one can lie down here, right? So, and you can start playing pretty much already. Nimble has some pretty cool combat mechanics, so let's show that. Start the combat, and once the combat is on, I can just click on any token. With control click, it will roll initiative automatically. So this one rolled 10, so that means he gets 2 actions to use. I can include also mark. 7, that's just 1 action. Hopefully I will roll good on someone, not this guy obviously. Okay. Well, if you roll 20 or above, you will get 3 actions. And then you can expend the actions at any given time. So even if it's Denise's, you know what, let's change her name. Denise, okay, it's gonna be easier. Even if it's her action, someone else can react to something that is happening, so you can pretty much click on anybody to use the action that that person has, and it will just keep track of how many actions you have left. So if Denise is going to, I don't know, move over there, oh please handsome guy protect me or something, that was move action run, and 1 move action, and then we can say she will do the assess action. Okay, that's end of her actions, and we can click next so that the next character moves. As soon as we do that, the character regains the 3 actions, and we can move on to next one. This guy has no actions, so next. So does Mark. Then there's the pirate. He can, like, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can move over there. Used his action to move next. And we are back to this girl. She can, I don't know, maybe move 1, 2, 3, jump over there. So, oh, sorry. So she moved. She can pick up this crossbow that we have. So that's the crossbow with the dex. Oh yeah, by the way, let's change her into character so that we can show that. So, wrong click. So character, right? So now Denise is character. She will have dex of 3, right? So, and she gets close to this, crossbow. As soon as she does, I can right click on her and there's this grab crossbow button. If you are GM, you can also do that on the item itself, grab by Denise, right? Whichever one you use, it's gonna work the same. So she will basically just take the crossbow and put it into her inventory. So let's see that. Okay, she took that. She grabs the crossbow, and as I click on this to refresh, now the crossbow is in her inventory, right? So she like used another action to grab it, and now I can left click on this one. Hey, she's gonna shoot it right away, right? So she can roll 2d4 plus her own dex to roll damage, right? We are 2d4 plus her, that's 3 and 4, plus her dex, which is 3. We got 10 damage, and you can just resolve that, whoever she was shooting, right? That was her another action. And let's move on to the, I already clicked it, but never mind. So this guy can try to punch the pirate. Once a character is highlighted with this yellow glowing, like, yeah, now it's his turn. When you left click on any other token, it turns into like this targeting options. You know, if you wanna, even if this guy moves, like you see, it shows the distance to each target, and well, if it's so close, it doesn't bother. But also it shows all the possible attacks you have. So if I open Devlin's card, we put in like a punch attack and a clubbing attack. So I can just left click any other token to have all those, you know, quickly available. And since we've made Cruz an NPC, that means the damage will be applied immediately, just to save time for the DM. So DM doesn't have to do all the counting and all the updating. I just left click on a NPC. I want to punch him. So this rolls damage and then immediately applies the damage to the NPC. And since Cruz here, he had some temporary HP, so his temporary HP dropped. Let's punch him again, because why not? So that was 1 attack. Okay, 5. So that automatically applies to NPCs. Removed 2 of his temporary HP and then the rest from the hit points. That saves time, just, you know, GM's time, so that NPCs get all their damage right away. But if I go somewhere here and I'm gonna just, you know, target Mark with a club, then that will just say, okay, 1 is a miss, so never mind, let's try that again. And it's a 6. It just says how much damage was rolled, but it doesn't apply anything because Mark is also a character, not an NPC, right? So that whoever owns that character will be able to decide himself, oh, I want to use temp HP, or maybe I want to defend, or maybe I want to do something else, or use a spell, something, right? So there are options for character items, for character tokens. So we don't want to automate that. That's why it just rolls. As you can see, I haven't done the exploding dice yet. I think I'm gonna do that next, maybe tomorrow, and it's gonna be pretty soon. But for now, you can just, I need to roll more dice because I rolled a 6 on a d6, so I want to roll that again. So I'm gonna just left click here, wait a second for the dice to roll. Okay, so that's 6 and 2, and you can work like that to have this working. All right, so Devlin used all the actions in the world. Next, and we can just keep going like this. And if somebody needs to defend, or Mark wants to defend, he can use those actions even outside of his own turn. Right, so having this is actually very useful because I find out, I got to play one shot in Nimble. It was fun, but I was so very much missing the count on the actions that are left. And also the GM was not able to tell like how many actions are left or on anybody. So in here, you will just see that. What else? There's a health bar issue. So quite often it's good to see like, oh, this guy is almost dead, right? So how it works in Oracle is that it actually applies like a bloodied effect. So let's say this guy's health drops to 10. When it does, as you can see, he has all standing in blood now. And you can clearly see like if this guy has like 59 out of 59, let's put it down to 40, right? So there's some blood. I'm not sure if you can really see, like barely can see that, right? If I turn it down, if I get him more damaged, okay, that becomes more visible, right? So let's compare those two, right? So if I get to like 3 hit points, that is very visible now, even more than this guy. So it's kind of a little bit better because it doesn't show like exact like health bar overhead. It just shows some blood effect. And you can judge by the blood effect how close is he to dying without telling exact numbers to anybody, right? Me being the GM over here, I can open any token, right? But the players will only be able to open their own tokens, not the enemies, right? Not other players. But they will see, even if their colleague has less than half of their HP, they will see how much blood there is around them. So I figured this is much cooler visual cue to who's wounded and who's not. So and of course you can, if anybody gets totally killed, that's visibly killed, right? His token is like he's out of the game. You can tell that right away, and you don't have to like cross this, which looks totally ugly, in here, yeah, he's dead. You can tell that. What other goodies do we have? So if I have a character, then of course I can just roll finesse with advantage. That already works. So let's that will roll 2 d20s. We'll pick the right one, right? And also this works with disadvantage. So if we go with disadvantage, we can roll 2. Oh, okay. Let's do that again. Disadvantage, right? 5 and 10. It will take 5 minus 1. So we get all the rolls there. You can track your wounds if you want to. And for the NPCs, let's take our NPC. Let's quickly resurrect him. Okay, so NPCs don't have all the stats. They just roll d20, but they have like their modifier. So this guy has +1 to all his d20 rolls. And in that case, he just makes 10, right? Okay, and that would be it for today. So you can get your game going with Nimble, with all the support for character sheets and roles, advantages, picking up items, and of course the combat tracker, which tracks the amount of actions left. That should be pretty useful. This is, everything else in Oracle you can also use. You can have Fog of War, which you can just, turn on the edit mode, and you can just, with left click, you start painting. Oh yeah, I need to show. So how do I share this map with my friends, right? Just copy this link and send it over to them. Use IM or wherever you want to, or you can just use this button and it will copy the link automatically. So let's say I got the link from you. I'm gonna put the link in there. So the players will not see what's under the fog, but you can, because you're the GM, you need to be able to. You can just cover the whole map and then just, you only see this part, nothing else, right? Or you can just reveal everything once they pretty much no more surprises. Once there are no more surprises there, right? There's also hiding tokens. So you can right click on a token and decide this one is not yet visible to the players until they come somewhere, right? So this one will be, so as you can see, yep, not visible for the players, but if I, show them back, yep, the players can see it as well. There's measuring tools and other stuff, like, I can just press shift and start moving the cursor to measure distance at any time. This works. And of course you can just drag drop MP3 to make a music play on a map, and you can do that actually ahead of the session, so the Oracle will remember the music track that you dragged in, and as soon as you enter this map it will start playing automatically. So you can prep a lot of things as a GM and have them waiting for that moment where you actually enter that map. So before I finish, a few shout outs to all the items I've been using here. I've been using the tokens from 2-Minute Tabletop. Go check them out. They have absolutely the cutest tokens ever. Like, you can find anything. There's like, I know, it seems like they have thousands, like dwarf, right? I put in dwarf and they have lots of different versions of dwarfs that you can pick, and it's really cool website. Shout out to Chapaku as well. I use their maps quite often. Again, this is not sponsored. These are just the coolest sources of maps and tokens I was able to find. And also this particular one I don't remember where I got it from, but if I find it, I will put it in the description so that you can appreciate those artists as well. And then, this one was Angela Maps. So yeah, go ahead. Angela also does great maps for your games. That's it for today. If you want to see more videos like this or see specific things done, let me know. When you go into the Oracle Tabletop, there's always this button that guides you straight to the Discord for Oracle Tabletop, and you can report the bugs or put feature requests. Maybe you would like to have some other game system than Nimble or D&D or Daggerheart. We already have those, but maybe something else you would like to add. Put a feature request and I can add more. That's it for today. I wish everyone great time playing, and I'll see you soon.